All right. Woo! All right, you're here, and I have a soundboard. So, everybody, what's up? Welcome back to another episode of the BIZARCAST, the official podcast live stream for the BIZARCAST Weird Tales of Monsters, Magic, and Machines, which if you have not checked out yet, dude, we got all the based fiction, all the cool underground pulp fiction from your favorite literary traditions such as cosmic horror, sword and sorcery, and science fiction. Go over to bizarrearchives.com, follow the links, go check out our books over available on Amazon. Lots of great stuff. Our Substack is crushing it. We just posted a new short story from a fellow named Alexander called Night of the Goblins. You can check that out over there. Free ebooks every month. Lots of great stuff. Lots and lots of great stuff over there at the Substack. Check that out. We are now going to be live here. It's either going to be the BIZARCAST or Dave Martell live Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday at 4 to 6 p.m. EST, Eastern. So East Coast American is going to be our time. You want to check out my other podcast, you can go over to Culture Dads. It's Culture with a K, culturedads.com. Get signed up to the Gumroads. You get so many great perks, hardback copies of the Imperial Press catalog. Lots of great stuff over there. Culture Dads every single week. Can't beat it. Speaking of stuff you can't beat, go over to hearthfireradio.com. Hearthfire Radio, the fortress of folkish media. If you want to check out awesome pagan content, folkish content, go over there. All the heavy hitters are there. Myself with the Bog, got the Golden One, Survive the Jive, Brother Mike with all his shows, Dad's Cook, Newark Roundtable, the Outlander, Wessex Nomad, the Furgan with Dan Cap, Paul Wagner's over there. Lots of great stuff. You're going to love it. It's only $12 a month. More content than you have time for. We're working very, very hard for all you guys. But like always, hails and blessings to everybody tuning in. Who do we got here? We got Shadowed by Susan. We got SCP. But he's already digging in like this guy. SCP 1974A class Euclid. Like Euclidean, right? Like Euclid. Yeah. So I don't know what the heck that is. Some kind of sci-fi ship. Yeah, but we're gonna get right into that. There's no D&D fatigue, but Wizards of the Coast fatigue. We're gonna get into that. I disagree, but we're gonna talk about it. And then my boy, I don't know how to say your name, bud. Kangarhomo. My ankle hurts, Dave. Yeah, he says my ankle hurts. I don't know what you did, bud. So yeah, I don't know. Put some ice on it, I guess. I don't know. But I don't know what you're telling me. Do I look like a doctor? I'm not a doctor. Yeah. And so anyway, Illuminatus on a roll. We stay on a roll. We're on a roll like a cheesesteak, bud. So let's get cooking. Mr. Shane, how we doing, bud?
I'm fantastic. I just slammed an entire package of bacon inside me, so I'm like top of the world right now.
Yo, do you want to talk about your latest business venture, or is that on the down low?
Well, I mean, I briefly mentioned I'm getting into making bacon and jerky, but I mean, we're still in development.
Still in development. He's still Devin on the he's still Devin on the bacon jerky front, getting into the bacon jerky business.
Also,
I've yet to taste it.
You want to taste it?
No, not now that you said it like that.
You want to taste my bacon, Gravid? Listen, it is. I'm not like polishing my own helmet here. It is delicious. It's amazing. It's not just like regular bacon. It's flavored bacon jerky. They're amazing.
And you marinate the bacon, right? Or you dehydrate the bacon and then put like seasoning.
There's a proprietary process involved.
Oh, I get you. You got to be on. It's top secret. It's a secret sauce.
Yeah, secret sauce. Shane's secret sauce.
Yeah. Fingal, hey. He says, He's talking about the UK. He says, might get arrested for saying you love bacon, mate. You might get yeah, they're like jail.
Hey, you guys start making your clothing out of bacon, you might get stabbed a little less.
Hey, I support our brothers over in the
Absolutely, yeah,
in
100%.
Old Albion. Yeah, you guys. We probably shouldn't be talking about stabbing but shout out to our Brit Bong brothers. I got a lot of love for them. Work with them quite a bit with the Bizarre Archives. They're really important part of the scene here. But so we got some stuff I want to talk about today, Mr. Shane. First, I want to get through. We got another tier list. People have been liking these tier lists. We did tier lists on each of the last live streams. We did a tier list, and every time somebody recommends a new one or they like to argue about it, so we're gonna do another one.
Yeah, I popped in and out yesterday, and I haven't gotten a chance to go back and watch the whole thing. What was the tier list you did yesterday?
The D&D racism.
I'm rather upset that I missed that one.
Yeah, it was.
Ironically, I missed the show yesterday because I was playing a TTRPG.
It's all good. He was playing D&D or playing.
I wasn't playing Morkborg. Yeah, I play Morkborg now. D&D has lost its flavor for me.
And we're gonna get right into that, but yeah, just like a recap for you guys that missed it. I did the D&D races that I was most racist against, and then I changed my mind after I did the whole thing and decided that a lot of these races, I'm still racist against them, but they're useful, right? We don't want to genocide those races. We want to keep them around and harvest them, right? Like the Minotaur, you can have Minotaur, you can eat Minotaur.
Enslave them. Yeah, you want to
enslave them, yeah.
and use them for their labor.
Yeah. Yeah.
You
lizard.
You can start selling Minotaur milk.
Yeah. Yeah. And Minotaur milk. yeah. And then what was it? Dragonborn. I was like, you can make wallets and suitcases and fancy boots out of Dragonborn skin.
Superior hide.
Yeah, they have great hide. Yeah,
that should be one of their abilities. Superior hide.
Superior hide. It might be. I actually do think that's one of their abilities. Yeah, I wouldn't know because I don't really let anybody play those stupid races when I. That's how racist I am against them. Is if you come play D&D with Big Dave, there's banned races.
Yeah. I agree with that. No, when I DM, there's like banned races too. And you and I are like similar on the alignment chart. We're like paladin boys. So like anything that we deem is like less than or slightly evil is just off the table.
Yeah. Even if you try to play an elf, I'm gonna be like,
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Well, my problem with elves is that I feel like most people play elves wrong, and that elves are probably really difficult to play realistically.
Yeah, they really are. That's been my argument for a long time. They're near immortal, and how are you going to be friends with somebody who has a completely different understanding of mortality than you?
Yeah, I mean they're so long lived, and their culture moves at such a different speed that it almost makes them completely alien to a human being.
Yeah, absolutely alien. Because you got to think how your relationship with your mortality has so many impacts on how you view the world. You're in the entirety of your worldview, how you act, everything. Because like a fish that doesn't see water, you have no frame of reference, anything else, right? So
Exactly,
to us,
yeah.
It's like, oh man, I got to get up in the morning. I got stuff. An elf, that lives like 1,000 years or more, like forever. They're not going to see the world the way that we do, and it's going to be completely alien to us. So, yeah, that's. I always thought that playing an elf was weird. Playing dwarves and gnomes and whatever. I don't know. But long story short, all of these like crazy race, like to play a tiefling in, if that was real life and you walked in with fucking horns and a devil tail in like a medieval village, they would chimp. You would be burned at the stake. They would try to kill you everywhere you go.
Draw and quarter you.
Yeah.
I have one exception to the D&D racism rule. I enjoy playing a goblin.
Ah.
I really do.
Yeah. This guy says, our boy says, can I play a drow? No, you can't. They're an evil race. Why would you be able to play a drow? I hate that. So anyway, D&D fatigue. D&D fatigue. Let's get right into it here. Here's kind of the start of the D&D fatigue is this kind of crap, right? Everybody knows what's wrong with this. First of all, let's say that these guys up
Is there
here,
a guy in a fucking wheelchair?
That's an elf in a wheelchair. Yeah. So let's say that these guys are from some kind of, let's say they're from some kind of place where people look like that, and we're not just diversity, doing diversity hires. Let's say that's we're in those lands, right? What's the, let's say we're in what's the Arabian Adventures one, guys? OG D&D players, what's the Arabian Adventures place? If you remember, I don't remember. But there's an Arabian Adventures splat book for 2nd edition that was actually pretty cool. And then there was Oriental Adventures, and those were pretty cool. Those were pretty cool for 2nd edition. But let's say that they're from there. So let's just skip over and let's just zoom in on the elf in the wheelchair. The elf in the wheelchair.
Please.
Why hasn't anybody cast heal on their legs? Al-Qadim.
Maybe they're body positive, Dave.
They are all casting magic.
Yeah, but that elf is emboldened by being a paraplegic.
Cast heal on the paraplegic. There's spells.
I don't actually know if a healing spell restores. That might be like a higher level. What's the spell that can like regrow missing limbs?
It's like regenerate.
Regenerate. You might need a regenerate. But still, like at some point, like there are people out there that can regenerate limbs and shit. Like, go see a cleric. Like, why is this even an issue in the world of fantasy? It's like, you know what would really enrich my fantasy role-playing experience? Handicap disabilities.
Stephen Hawking
would really enrich this world setting.
I cast 3rd level fireball.
But I still cannot feel my legs. My party must wipe me.
I have expended all of my spell slots and I still can't get a boner. Yeah.
I hate everything about this. There's no reason for it. Like that's what really pisses me off is like logically there's no reason for it to exist at all. There's no argument for it. Maybe if there was like an argument for it, I'd maybe there's no argument.
Yeah. And this kind of regular looking guy from, why is he dressed like he's from like the 1930s? Or maybe late 1800s. Maybe he's Victor. Maybe.
All right. Here's like a consistent argument in D&D is There are people that believe that D&D takes place in like a strictly medieval world setting, and then there
Mm-hmm.
are those that believe that D&D takes place in its own world where there's a lot of crossover with multiple eras. So like this guy, like the wheelchair guy and the guy on the right look like they're from like a Victorian steampunk era kind of setting, whereas the other two are more traditional fantasy outside the like, weird haircuts and the fact that they're like girl bosses.
That latter take makes me want to barf.
What?
You
Oh yeah,
can't.
yeah, yeah.
You
Yeah.
can't. The moment gunpowder is invented, everything changes. You don't even like really. Once gunpowder is invented, you don't even need magic anymore.
Yeah, I mean that's the thing is you it's a fun idea. You know, to be like, I would like my next character to use guns. So can guns exist in the world? But no one actually like plans and accommodates the repercussions of introducing gunpowder into the world just so your player can have a gun.
Yeah. Yeah, that's exactly the
I'm
case.
I prefer traditional medieval fantasy world setting um, without crossover complicates things unnecessarily and it just detracts from the overall immersion of the game.
Yeah. So my problem with D&D happens around um third edition. Third edition, in my opinion, ruins D&D. That's where you lose the actual roles in role playing. You there's no real reason to play a thief anymore. There's no real reason to play the fighter is completely cooked. You don't even need to have a fighter. Everybody can be a fighter, everybody can be a magic user, everybody dwarves now can use arcane magic. Everybody could just do whatever they want. There's no staggered XP. In second edition, one of the and before it was really useful. You wanted somebody to play a rogue so you could find traps and secret doors. And what happens is when they don't have the incentive to get XP faster than everybody else, there's no real reason to play them because then you could just, it doesn't even matter. You know what I mean? You don't need nobody wants to play them because the best reason for them, they're sort of useless in combat outside of backstab, but you could find traps and secret doors and you level up fast. Without that, there's no more rogues. They made Ranger absolutely useless. They made
So
Cleric.
I have like no like context for what you're talking about because I've never played D&D prior to 5e. You brought me into D&D.
Yeah.
How fucking what was that, like 10 years ago now?
Yeah.
And it was 5e. I don't know anything other than 5e. I don't know what 3 was like. I believe it was. I think I made. We attempted to play 3 once, and it was like 3 hours of like crunchy character creation, and I was just over it.
Wait, what was this, third edition or Pathfinder?
It might have been. It might have been Pathfinder. I don't know. I don't remember. It was an earlier one.
Yeah, third edition got really crunch, especially with higher level. It was just so much crunch, and it just took away from the fun of it. There's just too many rules, in my opinion.
Yeah.
And then fifth edition. The only reason I was playing fifth edition at all is because everybody I knew was playing fifth edition. So that's just what I was playing. And when it first came out, I liked it better than third edition because it took away a lot of the crunch and simplified a lot of things and stuff like that. But after playing it for a while and what the direction that they went with it was ridiculous. You know what I mean? In second edition, after second edition, the fighter, like the warrior character, or the man at arms, whatever edition you're playing, becomes useless at mid-level. Once you hit like level 10, the fighter is useless. And what happened in second edition was when the fighter got to a certain level, warrior got to a certain level, he would start having henchmen. So he would start building an army. And he became like a general of an army or a mercenary company or something. And that's what made him powerful at high levels. They got rid of that. It brought this like cream puff, nobody works together, lack of strategy type gameplay into it, where it's like everybody just kind of charges in, assumes they can beat everybody, bloated hit points, all this stuff. And in second edition, you had to play smart or you would die. It was much harder. When you rolled up
that's
go ahead.
one of my biggest arguments with modern D&D is combat is like the least fun part of the game. It takes forever. There's so many rules, so many hit points. It's ridiculous. There's no reason why one fight should take 3 hours, which is like, that's not an exaggeration. It literally will take 3 hours a single fight. It's absurd.
Yeah, it's absurd. That's when I started to make the mechanics for mine. I wanted fights because in real life, fights are fast.
It's a fast, frenetic melee that ends in moments.
Yeah. And I just kind of drew off of what it was like, throwing down in a bar fight or at a party. Those fight, you get into you fisticuffs with a dude in real life. You guys exchange some swings. Somebody goes down or it goes down to the ground. It gets broken up, or somebody's buddies come in, start stomping. Usually ends up on the ground, and like that's it, right? It just happens in like a minute, maybe sometimes less than a minute. You don't go blow for blow for blow, pound for pound for pound, and it's just what it is. And when you if you look at medieval combat was a lot more. It was had a lot more endurance to it. Real medieval combat was, well, it depends. If you were dueling, it was mano y mano. It was tank until somebody lands something, and then that person's cooked, right? You get slashed on your hand, on your arm. You get hit, which is wherever you get hit. You get hit, you're pretty much cooked. In the era where people in the Middle Ages, where guys had better armor and there was actually battles and stuff like that, medieval combat was actually pretty safe, believe it or not. It's a lot safer. We have this view that medieval combat was this brutal, bloody swords and maces and blood flying and all this kind of stuff. Modern combat has far more carnage than anything in the Middle Ages. If you took the most battle-hardened, most seasoned war veteran from the Middle Ages and you put him on a battlefield in World War I or World War II, he would be appalled. It would traumatize him. Just the amount of death that, because that wasn't it's technologically impossible in the Middle Ages there was no machine gun nests. There were no trenches. There's nothing like that. You would have shield walls of dudes lined up, and you would have cavalry, and if knights dismounted, they would bang on each other back and forth, try to engage in wrestling. If they went one-on-one, they would try to wrestle each other, but they would just bang on each other until somebody gave up. You know what I mean? And most guys that went into combat in the Middle Ages survived. It wasn't like, World War I, if you made it home, you got lucky. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
At least without something horrible happening. If you came home, says cavalry, not Calvary. Hey, you know what I'm talking about. This fucking guy.
I love it.
Yeah, you're probably one of them guys that say nuclear or something. We all say goofy stuff, Fingal. I bet you don't. We're not gonna
continue to correct him.
Yeah. 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 But anyway, don't forget all the ransoms. Yeah, and that's another thing. They, especially among lords, if you were fighting a knight, there's like knights on the battlefield, motherfuckers wanted to capture the knight because then they could ransom them to their family and get paid. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
yeah, for sure.
It wasn't, and actually most medieval battles they never crossed. They would go and they would stand on either side and they would clank their shields, and whoever had the most numbers, so they would try to intimidate one another, and the inferior force a lot of times would run away. Like, oh, fuck you. No, my lord, fuck you. It's like, all right, guys, let's run. Retreat. For the
I gotta go.
Yeah.
That was the whole exchange.
Yeah, that was the whole exchange a lot of times. But yeah, that was medieval combat. And there's a lot of D&D tropes that kind of pervert our understanding of the Middle Ages now, especially like with weapons and stuff, right? This is something that has bothered the hell out of me for years. And Shane has heard me go on this ramble probably 1,000 times. About like, for example, in D&D, you could make a rogue character that wields 2 daggers, and he can take out a guy that's like a knight in full plate mail with a shield and a bludgeoning weapon. It's just impossible. That guy, if you have a dagger, first of all, a dagger is not a weapon. A dagger is a tool, right? Unless you're doing like some sort of assassination or something like that. But
at the very least, it's like a sidearm.
It's what you would pull out something like a stiletto. I forget what they're called, but there's like a medieval
You're not like
version.
Yeah, like a misericord. But yeah, you're not like going into battle like dual wielding daggers on a battlefield.
Yeah,
you're like having a skirmish with daggers. This is not your go-to.
Yeah, dirk. That's right. It's called a dirk.
A dirk.
Yeah, so you would have a dirk, and you would wrestle the other armored opponent down, and you would pull out your dirk and try to stab him in the balls or stab him in the throat, you would just try to wrestle him and get to one of his joints and run it into him, right? Go, because it has to get between his armor, go through chainmail, which is several layers of rings, through a gambeson, and then into his body.
Yeah, these were like specifically designed for thrusting. Oftentimes they didn't even really have an edge. They had like triangular blades.
Yeah. Now, Seraph says, the ancient world had several absolute death piles in terms of casualties, though it was far more localized. Dave's overall point is right, though nothing compares at the macro level. Yet, he's talking about. So there were some battles, especially like some sieges. I think about the siege in France, where the Vikings attacked France. That went on for days. There's like several. Most of these were siege battles, not open field combat. So a lot of times siege battles went on forever and ever and ever, and bodies piled up and stuff like that. But yeah, and you guys are right. There's exceptions, but as a general rule, medieval, any of us would much rather fight in a medieval battle than in World War One. World War One is a nightmare. That is an absolute. That is carnage at its worst. World War II as well. World War II had more bodies, but World War One, in my opinion, was more gruesome. So anyway, D&D has created so much crap, has created so many misunderstandings, like popularizing weapons like what they call the flail. The flail is not
the flail. What a fucking terrible weapon.
Yeah.
You and I have had this conversation so many times. I'm dubious about it ever actually having been like realistically wielded in combat.
It wasn't.
It's a fucking danger to everyone involved.
Yeah,
it's fatiguing. It's a logistic nightmare.
Yeah. And here's, at the end of the day, a morning star that, or a a flanged mace has more impact power, has more what's it called, more impact.
Delivers more like kinetic energy transference. Is that what you're talking about?
Yeah, there's a word that I'm looking for, but it doesn't matter. It creates more impact than a flail does attached to it. You just have more power to it.
Yeah, because here's the thing: you can't really swing through with a flail because as soon as it hits something, it's going to bounce off. You can swing through with a morning star or like a mace.
Yeah. It's uncontrollable. It leaves you wide open. It, as you said, it's crazy fatigue. The real flail was more. It was actually based off of a farming tool. It was a long shaft, and then there was like a hinge, and what it was designed for was you would have a wagon full of dudes, and when they would get surrounded, they would swing down from the top of the wagon and hit the top of the it was designed so it would hit the shield and then hit the person in the head from behind the shield. It was a first of all, it was like a low class weapon. It was like a redesigned farm tool, and two, it had one purpose, it had one thing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's like a great sword, right? A great sword, it's designed to knock spears to the side. It has one job. Things like nunchucks are fucking useless. Things like the tri-staff, useless. These things are just useless. And maybe it's fantasy. I hate that. It's fantasy. You can just do whatever you want. That's not what that means.
Fucking put a spear in everyone's hand and they like win.
The spear is the king. That's like the battle rifle. That's what it is. Every single if you ask anybody in history what is the go-to weapon, it is the spear. It is a long, pointy stick that requires very little training, and you can hit somebody from distance. It's safer. It's just what, and it's a really fantastic weapon that has a lot of stuff. Then you start getting into like what are they called? Like ones that have like beaks and hooks on them. Burke de
like
Corbin,
alarms,
yeah,
and halberds and shit.
Yeah, pikes and not glaives, but what's the other one called? Ranseurs and all of the various pole arms.
I know you're like me. You have like a sweet spot for bludgeoning implements.
Yes,
they're like my go-to. And D&D war, like how D&D portrays warhammers is ridiculous. They would be so like unwieldy and ineffectual.
Yeah, a warhammer has a long shaft. It's a fairly light head, and
they're like one-handed. Weren't they usually for mounted combat?
Somewhat. Like it depends what there's different ones. You know what I mean? There's like
I mean they have different applications depending on how they're designed. I mean, what is it that Lex wields? Is it like a truncheon?
Yeah, or it's like a morning star. It's like a spiked mace.
Yeah.
And I like that weapon for him. First of all, the sword is swords are based and everything.
Yeah.
But every hero has a sword, and I wanted my guy to be something a little bit different. And here's the deal with the a spiked bludgeoning weapon is you don't need to be some kind of super trained guy.
This has been my argument for bludgeoning weapons forever. You put a hammer in a kid's hand and they instinctually know what to do with it.
Yeah. Yep. So Lex is he's if you read the book, how I made it very clear his fighting technique, like his martial art. Number one, he's a wrestler. So he's always, if you're smaller than him, he's going to close the distance and suplex you and shit. But he's a guy, he's going to hit you in the kneecap. He's going to hit you in the elbow. He's going to break your collarbone. He's going to, if he's bigger than you, he's just going to smash you in the head. He just knows that if he's so big and strong that if he swings in your direction and he hits something, it's going to hurt. And that's what's great about a bludgeoning weapon is it's not a sword. It's not like if you're wearing a helmet that if you hit somebody in the head, it's probably not going to do anything unless it's a big sword and you're a really strong guy. If you clank somebody in the dome with a helmet, with a freaking a hammer, guy from V says Luzerne hammer, or any type of bludgeoning weapon, you could give him a concussion. It's at least going to ring his ears and it's going to suck. You know what I mean?
Yeah, absolutely. Like, I don't care how much armor you're wearing, it's never gonna be like a good time to get hit by a fucking hammer. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, you're gonna feel that.
Yeah, and if you get smashed enough times, eventually, especially you get hit in your armor on like the rivets and the parts where it's held together, it's gonna start breaking apart. It's gonna start busting your armor up. So I am all the way in favor of bludgeoning weapons. If I was on the battlefield in the Middle Ages, I'd be like, give me some kind of, first of all, give me a spear and then give me like a bludgeoning weapon.
Yep. Blunt force superiority.
Yeah.
All the way.
Give me a shield, give me a spear, and give me something that's blunt. That's what I would go with.
Yep.
Yeah.
So returning to D&D fatigue here, I wanted to ask you, do you feel that that this D&D fatigue is like directly Wizards of the Coast's fault, or do you think it's the community?
Both. It's both. D&D and Wizards of the Coast at the helm of D&D has started to cultivate a community. There's a really great meme that shows a dude playing second edition. He's got his character written on a piece of notebook paper, and he shows it like a thought bubble. And in his thought bubble, he's like picturing like things from history. He's picturing like Beowulf and the Odyssey and stuff like that. And then you have the modern D&D player. He's got his little dice tower and his official character sheet, and the role play, tabletop role playing, TM, like the trademark, and his thought bubble is older people playing D&D, right? So it's like a simulacra where the new players aren't playing because they're inspired by history, and this isn't just the community and D&D. It is also the modern fantasy authors where they're not inspired. Yeah. They're not inspired by history. They're inspired by previous fantasy that they're building off of.
Yeah, poorly. It's kind of counterintuitive, but fantasy has become too fantastic. Because it's you can't continue to contribute to something without it eventually becoming too much. Like, you can't keep adding salt to a soup and it turn into a better soup, right? There's an appropriate amount of salt, and any more is too much salt.
Yeah, that's an excellent analogy, actually. Yeah. Poison is in the dose.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah. That's a good take. But yeah, I think overall, and plus on top of it, then you got the Lord of the Rings, Rings of Power, and the Lord of the Rings that, and the Lord of the Rings, they've commodified and oversold, made Lord of the Rings like McDonald's. And and
not to mention all the pause they've injected into it.
Oh my God, they've just oversaturated fantasy with so much crap, million different, and the people that are into fantasy now are a completely different animal than the people that are into fantasy, even in my lifetime as a young guy. You know, when I was a young guy getting into fantasy, I was like talking with like some of my brother's friends and, you know, older guys that would have like the ace paperbacks from all of the different, you know, fantasy writers back then. And they were into, you know, Heavy Metal Magazine and, you know, they were into this kind of shit. And it was just, they were a different animal. There was a completely different animal. They were in it for completely different things. These modern guys, you know, I can't tell you how many D&D groups I sat down with and nobody's ever even read Conan. And it's like, how do you play
Like,
D&D?
how? Yeah. That's insane. Yeah, I mean, this is like, you know me, I have played D&D every week, like religiously, since the first time I played it with you. And for years, I've been the DM. And I've been playing with the same party for the majority of that time. And I have grown so tired of the power fantasy, like race bloat. Just, it's too much and it's too boring.
Yeah.
I'm burnt out on it. So I think I told you this. I like hit a point where I was like, here's the deal. I will gladly keep running games for you guys, but I'm not doing D&D anymore. And I made him switch over to Morkborg. I need you to play Morkborg with me. I got to get you in on this.
I'm with it.
It's like a rules light OSR, old school Renaissance style game, and you'd love it. It's like purely grim, dark, medieval fantasy.
Yeah. And speaking of, shout out to Chronicles of Heraldria, books 1 through 4 are available now. If you guys could go over to the Obelisk Substack, I think it's posted there. It's on the BIZARCAST Telegram. I would have posted it on the BIZARCAST Twitter, but I don't have, something's messed up with it won't let me sign in. Like I'm like blocked out of it or something. I don't know what happened. But anyway, the first book is free. Book 2 is 99 cents, and you can get all 4 of the Chronicles of Heraldria series. Excellent series. People are loving it. So if you love old school, real epic fantasy that is grounded and feels like historic and military based, this is it. You're gonna love it. So yeah, that's gonna conclude our D&D talk for a second. And I just wanted to, people have been loving this. This is getting requested quite a bit. So and then I got something afterwards that Shane's gonna like. It's there. But anyway, this show has been brought to you by Slags. Art thou a distinguished glass of tall drink? Then exfoliate thine epidermal folds with the slick insulation of Slags. Slags. Know how to use them. From the mealy bilged parts of ancient Mesopotamia, we bring for your coarse pleasures an ancient revelation of deific proportions. Desire to be blessed with a baby's girth? Then lather thine girdles with the hideously repulsive tactile delight of Slags. Perhaps you slaver for the sweet treats of yesteryear. Fear not, my sour succulents, for Slags has got you covered. Call for your free consultation today. If approved, we will schedule your leg flensing. Happy Slags giving! Endorsed by Mitchell Scott. All right, thank you to Slags for sponsoring this video. I want to show.
I'm wearing my Slags right now.
Slegs means sleeves legs. It's where you cut off the skin from your legs and wear them as sleeves on your arms.
Slegs has changed my life, and it can change yours too.
Yeah. Happy Slegs giving.
Happy Slegs giving.
Yeah. So speaking of Slegs, me and Shane have been cooking up weird ideas for products for quite a long time. And I have something from the archive that was kind of our first skit of this nature loaded up.
Oh my God.
Yep. And this has not seen the light of day for a long time. I posted this on my YouTube and I lost like 50 subs immediately. So, all right. So this has also been brought by.
Good evening. I am Dr. Clorfin von Pretzman, and with me is Nathan S. Dogman, and we're here to present to you the newest energy drink, Regenerate. It's hideously scientific. Drain your podules. It's created within the Hadron Collider with anti-isotopes. It is rife with vitamin X. The X stands for sexcellence. Bone marrow effervescence. Coagulate your spinal pus. Insulate your bones. Become warmer. Internal putrefaction. Regenerate. It's not lie. Develop spinal ulcers. Invigorate your ghosts. Experience the splendor of sponge tooth. Now in several flavors, vanillism and ranch berry. Bung swill and mung swill. It attracts flies. Atrophy your synapses. Liberate your viscera through oval expulsions. Regenerate. Coming to a morgue near you. It's hideously scientific.
Yeah.
I haven't seen that in so long. Oh my God! For everyone watching, all these like awkward long pauses were because we were laughing so hard.
Yeah.
We concocted like the entirety of the Regenerate script on a drive back from a vacation in the car.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah.
I got a few more cooked up, bub. We got to do the slaw offices of Husk Birth and Crumb.
Splice up your life.
Yep, Splice is one. I was working on that earlier. Splice is coming up.
Yeah. Yeah. Any of you guys, if you have some silly, obnoxious fake products you want to feature on the BIZARCAST, let me know.
Yeah, hit us up.
Oh man, that was weird.
That's a good one.
Yeah.
That's a deep archive.
Yeah, that was weird. Regenerate. All right. So anyway, on to the next one. So I want to do a quick little discussion. I posted this on my Telegram, and folks, we got into a big argument about it. People got back. Shane, this might be a little bit before your video game career, I guess you could say.
All right.
You, out of these 4 games, you can only keep 1.
Okay. Oh, I can only keep one of them.
Only one. Here, I'm gonna put it up
Well,
on the. I'm gonna
it's
you talk. I'm gonna put it up on the poll.
okay. I can tell you right now, it's definitely not Final Fantasy or Metal Gear Solid. I'm, I think I'm leaning towards Castlevania.
It's the Symphony of the Night.
Yeah. It's close though. Resident Evil 2 is up there.
All right, putting the poll in there.
I'm changing it. I'm going Resident Evil.
Going Resident Evil. Why is
Yeah.
that? Polls in the chat, by the way.
It's a classic. It's a classic game, and this is before it got real convoluted and bloated with storyline, if that makes sense. It's like old school kill zombies Resident Evil.
There was a pretty big storyline, wasn't there?
I mean, yeah, but I'm like comparing it to modern Resident Evil games.
The Resident Evil games that I probably got the furthest in were probably the first one and then 3 Nemesis. I didn't get too far in Resident Evil 2.
You remember the super fucking cool Resident Evil arcade cabinets?
Yeah, I do.
Those were the best.
Yeah. This is going to anger everybody because
I know what you're picking. You're a Final Fantasy guy.
Yeah, I would take Final Fantasy. It would be impossible for me to, like, I'll be completely real with you. I wouldn't even play any of these games, other games outside of Final Fantasy. Final Fantasy, and then 2 Castlevania, 3 Resident Evil 2, and then Metal Gear Solid last. I don't like Metal Gear Solid. I don't like stealth games. I see why people loved it. Snake, right? I freaking played it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I see why people like it. I see why people like Resident Evil 2. But for me, Final Fantasy 7 is just a freaking masterpiece that I go back to at least, not at least, but I go back to. I play it through every year, at least once. I give Final Fantasy 7 another playthrough. And then Castlevania, the Symphony of the Night. That is the best Castlevania game. It is the best side-scroller game of that type. The music is fantastic. It's just such a good game. Resident Evil, I didn't like the Resident Evil games. I don't like, to have to walk through linear hallways with 6 bullets to your name, and there's zombies coming.
I mean, you just said the other day you're not a horror game guy.
No, I'm not. It's I want a lot of ammo, and I want to kill a lot of zombies.
Yeah.
And also, I'm not a zombie fan. I'm zombied out.
Yeah, but I mean, you gotta back then. That Resident Evil 2 was before things got zombied out.
You're right. You're right. It is before things got zombied out. Yeah, and then the Metal Gear Solid, I just didn't get it. It's not a setting that really it doesn't tickle my pickle. It's not in my.
We're complete opposites on this because I would choose Final Fantasy last.
You never played it.
I played the one that you wanted me to play for a little bit. But you're right. I don't care for the aesthetics of the game. I don't like the animation style. I don't like giant, make believe swords. It's too anime for me.
The story is magnificent.
I believe you.
It's like these other games are good games. I see why people like them, but as far as music, as far as impact, as far as experience, immersion, Final Fantasy VII, in my opinion, transcends just like a game. It becomes it's like a mythic story. Yeah, it's like a whole experience that transcends games.
If you say so.
I know so.
I
I know so. So let's go over to the poll here. I just lost my mouse. Where's my mouse? There we go. Okay. I was like, oh, that was my computer crashing or something. I thought something bad was happening.
You ain't gonna like this.
Metal Gear Solid, 40%. Resident Evil in second place with 30%. Castlevania, 20%. And Final Fantasy VII at 10%. Ew. Ugh, you guys are freaking, you guys are wrong. On the Telegram, it was Metal Gear Solid 33, Final Fantasy at 30, Castlevania at 22, and then Resident Evil at 15. Then that had 103 votes. So Final Fantasy came in second place there. And Metal Gear Solid, there's some Metal Gear Solid fans out there.
They like it.
They stand on it. They stand on it. Yeah, hey, I get it. It's like I say this a lot. There's like a diagram and two circles, and then in one circle are things that I like, and then the other circle are things that are good, and those things don't always overlap. Just because I don't like it, don't mean it's not good. Yeah, but Final Fantasy VII has parts that like emotionally stay with you your whole life and inspire you and stuff like that, and none of these other games have that. I'm not saying they're bad games, but they just don't have that. So anyway, yeah, that's the take on there. I'll leave the poll up till the end of it.
Honestly, I don't care. I don't particularly care for any of those games. I would, if you gave me, that's not like the 4-game list I would have preferred. There are like other games that are far better than any of those.
Like what? Give me 2 or 3 off the top of your head.
Like Twisted Metal.
Stop.
Who doesn't like Twisted Metal?
I love Twisted Metal, but that's
yeah,
that's like a arcade driving shooter. All right, what else? What else you got?
That's awesome. I don't know. I'm like trying to pinpoint games of that specific era, but not, like Metal Gear Solid wasn't it for me. Final Fantasy was unappealing. Yeah, Fallout 1 for sure should have been on that list. What do you mean no?
No way.
You're out of your fucking mind.
No.
There
like
is Wolfenstein.
Come on, bud. You're trolling me. Those are games are cool. Like those games, I think those games are great, but all right, these guys.
They weren't fucking Final Fantasy.
Yeah, they're not as good as Final Fantasy. Our boy's completely trolling now. Here,
I don't know. I don't think so.
Halo, stop.
Whoa, there are. Listen, yeah, Halo fucked, bro. Halo has like a huge cult following.
Ocarina of Time, stop. Come on, guys. You're trolling me now.
Tony Hawk Pro Skater.
You're like, yeah, you guys are freaking Splinter Cell. That doesn't even belong on the list. He's trolling. Get out of here. Yeah.
This is what those were like. What OG? Was it like PlayStation 2 era games?
Well, so hey, Halo. I liked Halo. Halo was cool. Halo 2 was the best Halo. Everything after that sucks. Splinter Cell is mid.
I'm gonna look this up. Hold on a minute.
So a majority of the Zelda games, they're talking about the N64 Zelda games. there is not an N64 game, period, that's as good as the Final Fantasy PlayStation era. It's just they have nothing.
What year do you think those games are like from?
Late 90s, early 2000s.
Okay, let's see.
Vingle, he's just trying. You're not gonna get to me, bud. It's just you're just being. This has gotten so. You guys have gotten so absurd now that it doesn't even.
What are they? I'm not even. What are they saying?
He says Final Fantasy looks hella gay compared to Zelda. Like, dude,
Baldur's Gate 2, Diablo 2.
Diablo 2 is great. I love Diablo 2, but you guys got to try harder.
Theft Auto.
No. Stop.
Get out of here.
Yeah, you guys.
Theft Auto like changed the fucking game.
It's good.
Let's see here.
Planescape Torment. Okay, these
Oblivion.
No, like there's not a Bethesda game that stands in the Final Fantasy greatness.
You're insane.
Yeah,
You're fucking high.
No. It's just you guys are talking about like good games. These are good games, but you're like comparing like an AC/DC album. Doom was great, but it's not Final Fantasy. It's not. They're not in the same category.
You are like a fangirl for Final Fantasy.
You guys are comparing, like we're talking like an AC/DC album to like a Wagner symphony.
Lemmings. I would take Lemmings over Final Fantasy.
Okay, now you're just joking.
I'm not. I would sit down and play 8 hours of Lemmings before I play 2 hours of Final Fantasy.
You don't even know. You never even played Final Fantasy.
You're right, because I was too busy fucking it up in Lemmings.
Yeah. See, this is evidence you guys are Leisure Suit Larry. Come on. Shane, you know what Leisure Suit Larry is?
No, what's that?
It was like a sleazy proto porn game.
Wait, fucking Earthworm Jim?
Yeah, these are.
Don't tell me you didn't fuck with Earthworm Jim.
It was cool. It was a fun game. Morrowind.
You can tell me it was better. Yeah, Golden Axe. You think Final Fantasy is better than Golden Axe?
It's like oranges and apples. You can't put. Your Golden Axe is a fun arcade game. It's an excellent game. I love it, but it's not Final Fantasy.
I think Final Fantasy might be the worst game series that's ever come out.
Yeah, now you're just trolling.
I think I'd rather play that proto porn game.
Morrowind does not.
Girthworm Jim.
This guy's been tuning in to us a little too long.
I like that.
Yeah. Who else we got? We got let's see. See, this is just trolling now. You guys are trolling.
Crash Bandicoot.
These are good games.
Better than Final Fantasy.
No. Gauntlet Legends. I love Gauntlet Legends. It's one of my favorite games of all time. Yeah, Bard's Tale. Now we're kind of getting into Bard's Tale gets into the territory. You're getting into the territory. Baldur's Gate 2 territory. Diablo 2 territory. But Diablo, it's just I don't know. You really gotta, I don't know.
Something incredible must have happened to you in your life when you were playing through Final Fantasy. You must have like gotten laid for the first time or something. And it just like got solidified as like this game is the best.
Diablo 2 was like if you mean by balls, awesome. Okay, Knights of the Old Republic. You're getting there. Knights of the Old Republic. Hey.
Hey.
some of those BioWare games. They get in there. They
put them on the call.
No, we're not putting them on the call.
Oh. Why not?
Maybe another time. Another time. He's gonna. He. I know what he's gonna do. He's gonna. Okay. Now we're talking Jade Empire. We're getting there. These are greats. We're getting there. The some of BioWare stuff.
Dynasty Warriors.
I love Dynasty Warriors.
Me too.
Dynasty Warriors, excellent game. Apparently, the new one.
I'm a good guy. I can be trusted.
Yeah.
Real compelling argument.
It's gonna get silly. It's gonna get real silly. Maybe another time. Maybe another time. We'll have to figure. I know what you're gonna do. You're gonna derail the whole thing. I know what you're gonna do. All right.
Listen. I'm here. I like tangents.
Yeah. Yeah. Tenchu. Now there's a deep cut.
So was there a reason you were bringing this choose 1 out of 4 video games list? Was that leading to something?
No, I just thought it was interesting.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Was that? Did you make that list?
No. I
did. You happen to just find a 4-pack of lists with Final Fantasy VII on it?
Yeah, because first of all, Final Fantasy VII, it came with PlayStation, and it was one of the biggest games of all time.
You came with Final Fantasy VII.
I did. So let's move on to our next segment here, where we do our tier list, where we rate 70s, 80s. Okay, here we go. Okay, so how can you rate a Star Wars game over Zelda? Because Zelda is a little gay. It's okay. Zelda is fine, but I don't know. Nintendo for me, in my book, Nintendo just I don't get it. So anyway, he's mad now. He's like ah! Okay. Let's tear through this, Shane. This is your wheelhouse.
Yeah, this is our bread and butter. Let's go.
Let's go. Okay. So S, A, B, C, D, S. We all know what these are. Let's get cooking. What's this? I think says The Fog.
Where's that? The first one there?
Yeah, The Fog. John Carpenter's The Fog.
C+.
No. The Fog is fantastic.
You're already coming out the gate with some controversy here. It's all right.
It's a beautiful classic 70s horror film that set the stage for the blue fog and the color palettes, and I
don't think it's a bad movie. I just don't think it's in A.
B++ is like as low.
I'm okay with it.
I love it. Gremlins.
I love Gremlins because no matter like how many times you revisit Gremlins, you go into it like with the expectation that you're watching a kids movie, and it's not a kids movie at all.
No.
Gremlins is fucking an A tier for me.
I also love Gremlins, but as far as like a quality of film, I would not put it above The Fog.
Okay, we can put it on B. There's something to be said about a movie that like tricks you into thinking it's a kid's movie, and you like start watching it with your kids, and it's not a kid's movie.
Pet Sematary.
A.
Above The Fog.
Pet Sematary's a fucking classic. Yeah, of course it's above The Fog.
That kills me.
Things are gonna have to go above The Fog, Dave.
Not Pet Sematary or Gremlins.
I think Pet Sematary is above The Fog. But I'm open to I'm open to compromise. You know what? If we disagree, we'll split the difference.
Okay, so let's do a vote in there. Who's press 1, which, okay, well, how am I going to do? Press 1 if you think Pet Cemetery is above The Fog. Press 2 if you think it should stay. Press 1 if you want to move up Pet Cemetery. And we get 4 or 5 ones, we'll move it up. Okay, where are we at? What am I looking for? Yeah, they don't want to move up Pet Cemetery. Child's Play.
I am of the opinion that Child's Play is a fucking garbage franchise, and I would put it in D tier.
I think it's so overrated.
I wouldn't even. This isn't even like a contest for me. It's a trash franchise.
I've never seen Phenomena, so we're gonna skip it.
Yeah, I haven't either.
I might have seen it, but I don't remember it. I can't think of it. Texas Chainsaw Massacre, the original.
S tier.
S. Now I would rather watch The Fog than Texas Chainsaw Massacre, but Texas Chainsaw Massacre is a,
So it's a classic, but it also, the Texas Chainsaw Massacre, and I think I've talked about this on the BIZARCAST before. Something really unique happened, almost by accident, with the original Texas Chainsaw Massacre, and that's that given the content of the film and the aesthetic, like the atmospheric aesthetic of the film, the cinematography quality of the time ended up like really complementing that aesthetic, and like it ended up almost being like a transcendental film.
Yeah, it was. It to this day, it's the best one, and it had a magic. It was a very artful, beautiful film, actually.
Yeah.
Carrie.
See.
I agree.
I have a problem with Carrie because it's so largely uneventful until the very ending.
Yeah, it's not trash. I don't hate it, but it's meh.
Yeah.
Children of the Corn.
At least B.
I'm putting it in A. I love Children of the
Okay,
Corn.
I'm okay with A. What's the second one that you skipped over there?
I don't know. I can't read it.
That I do believe is Nightmare on Elm Street, and we can't skip over that.
Oh, Nightmare on Elm Street, I would put D.
No, S tier. What? What do you
Yeah.
mean D? All right,
Sucks.
we're about to have a fucking discussion here.
Sucks.
Why?
It's just not good.
You're insane. Defend your argument.
It's a corny premise. It's coming off of the pretty much what happened is there you got these iconic slashers and they scrambled for one, except tried to make it different. And it's just, I don't know, it's just try hard.
You can't say that they scrambled for one when it like became a staple.
I don't know. I just think
Freddy
like
Krueger
a slop.
It's not a slop. It is like a wholly unique premise. They approached it from a completely different perspective, a different angle than any other film of the time. They ended up creating a horror icon in the process, whose franchise still endures today. Like Freddy Krueger is a beloved like villain that people root for. And also they sort of like solidified like the concept of injecting a modicum of humor into a horror movie.
It's irreverent. It's just like gore shock. It's a tired premise. Oh, there's a supernatural thing that's after children in their dreams. And
all right, how about we put up a vote on this one?
No, I don't know. Okay.
Oh yeah, now you don't know.
Okay. No, I do know. I'll put it up. but it's slop. Let's be real.
You guys vote. You guys get to pick this one.
Okay, Nightmare on Elm Street. Nightmare on Elm Street. Hang on, I gotta. Yeah, guys, send me some super chats so I can replace my freaking mic arm. I got a mic arm that is completely busted, and I hold it up to my face using the box of a Dune board game, and I can't see past it. So someone buy me a new mic arm on Elm Street. Okay, so we're gonna.
Yeah, we'll put it up and we'll come back to it.
SAB C. Okay, we're gonna start poll. We'll come back to it.
All right.
I wanted D, but I'm being generous with you guys because there's a lot of guys that came at me. I don't really remember Creepshow.
Creepshow is incredible. It's a fantastic. Creepshow is like an anthology. It's like the origin of anthologies almost.
Oh yeah, there's like the one where there's some ooze in the lake and stuff like that.
Yeah, it's incredible. It's wonderful. I'd put it in A.
A.
I would put it in A. Yeah, this Creepshow has a special place in my heart.
Okay.
I know if you don't feel that way, we can compromise though.
She's above the fog. No.
We can go to B with it.
No. I'll give you this one because I don't remember. I could agree with you, but I'm not sure. Amityville Horror, I would put that at the top.
Amityville Horror is like a timeless classic.
What's this one? Can you see what that one is?
Does that say A Ray of Blood? A Bay of Blood? I don't know what this one is.
I could read that one. I've never seen that. Let's skip to this one.
Oh, that one is Phantasm. Is that Phantasm next to A Bay of Blood?
Yes.
I saw it once a long time ago. I'm not a Phantasm fan. I know people go hard in for Phantasm. I gotta be real. I thought like the weird mechanical ball contraption was really like over designed and like overly complicated, and it really took away from it.
C.
Yeah, C.
Evil Dead.
S tier.
Halloween.
A or S.
S. The first Halloween.
S-tier. Okay.
If the first Halloween doesn't go S tier, I
didn't want to vote S back to back, but I agree.
Yeah, if it's S tier to S tier, if the first Halloween doesn't go S tier right next to Chainsaw Massacre, we quit.
Yeah,
I quit. I shut this down right now.
I'm here for it.
Michael Myers started it all. John Carpenter, like, fight me about it.
Hell yeah! All
right. I've never seen Henry.
Me either.
Eraserhead is one that a lot of people will really love.
I have been like meaning to revisit Eraserhead for like the last 3 years because I've seen it, but I have no memory of it.
I tried rewatching it recently. It's okay. It's too artsy. There's not enough scary stuff in it. They try to go too cerebral with it, and for me anyways, it doesn't slap. There's a lot of like, what are we doing here? And yeah.
All right. I'm cool with that.
I don't love it. Black Christmas, I haven't seen that in ages.
Yeah, I don't know if I've ever seen this one.
Sleepaway Camp.
I mean, Sleepaway Camp is like a cult classic. That's a solid B.
Let's put it
considering it's like a B movie.
Suspiria. I know people jerk this one off. I can't remember.
I enjoyed Suspiria. I would put Suspiria at B.
Okay. Jaws. S.
S tier. That's like a defining film.
Yeah. I can't read what this is.
I I can't read it either.
Dawn of the Dead.
Dawn of the Dead. Like, is that what is that? Romero
Yeah.
is like OG classic. You gotta give it respect. At least A.
Yeah. I'm trying to remember which one was Dawn of the Dead, which one was Night of the Living Dead. I think Dawn of the Dead was the better one. So we'll give
Yeah.
it that. For the Romero fans. Last House on the Left, the original.
It's good, I guess. It's not my favorite. I B.
B?
It's kind of I think it's mid.
The Brood.
I don't know if I've ever seen The Brood.
I don't think I've ever seen it either. Maybe. There's so many horror movies that I've kind of just watched in passing and forgot about. I can't even read this one. I don't know what this one says.
Yeah, I don't know.
Reanimator.
Fucking S.
If we put Reanimator below S, I think we would get our audience would murder us.
Yeah.
What's this one?
It's so small on my screen.
I can't read it.
Let's see if I can. Yeah, I can't tell. Obviously, The Thing is S tier. I mean, we don't even need to talk about this.
Yeah, we don't. Don't Be Afraid of the Dark. I've never seen that.
Neither have I.
Friday the 13th, the first one.
This is like one of those rare cases where I feel like they started getting better after the first one.
I disagree. I think the first one was the best one.
You do?
Yeah,
I'll defer to you on this. It is a classic.
Videodrome. This one is excellent. This is an underrated one. Let's put it. I want Videodrome in A. It's not S.
I think it goes in A too.
I'm gonna skip Changeling. I've never seen it. Have you seen it?
No.
Here's one we're gonna fight about.
Hellraiser. Where do you think Hellraiser should go?
I would put Hellraiser. Like if I was forced to give it props, it would be B. But I don't like Hellraiser at all. I think Hellraiser's like homoerotic.
I actually think that Hellraiser should go in B.
Really?
I do, yeah. I think it's like a classic, and that it sort of birthed a franchise, but I also feel that entire franchise is like comprised of B movies, and they're not like top quality or very well thought out, and they sort of rely on shock factor.
Seraph says The Thing better get S tier or we riot.
Hell yeah.
John Moody says Suspiria has amazing visuals but a terrible script.
I agree with that. How's Nightmare on Elm Street doing?
Let's take a look. They want S tier on the Nightmare on Elm Street.
Of course they do.
Let's give it a few more minutes to round out at 10 minutes. And
okay.
So everybody get in and get your vote in. We only got 17 votes. Let's try to get at least 20 votes. All right, let me get back to the screen here. Let's see what's going on in the chat. Life Force. I love Life Force. Shadow by Susan says Hellraiser 3 was better than the original.
Yeah, it was.
Okay, where are we at? I can't read what this says.
Which one are we on?
This one right here.
I can't fucking see it either.
Let me see if I can zoom in. Watch.
Yeah, I'm trying to like. I have no idea.
The Wicker Man.
Is that what it is?
Yes.
That's what I was thinking too. I saw the outline, but I couldn't tell. I mean, Wicker Man's like a classic folk horror.
Let's give it A. Okay.
What do you think it'd be?
Yeah, I was gonna do B because
All right, we can. I mean,
it is a classic
do
folk
B.
horror. It's a pretty good movie, but it's does it belong next to Children of the Corn and Creepshow? Is it on
All
that
right,
level?
no, yeah, I agree. We'll put it on B.
Here's one I love, From Beyond.
I don't know if I've ever seen this one.
You would love it. I'll put it in A. It's a cosmic
Okay.
horror. It's excellent.
Okay.
All right, let's see what else. The Exorcist.
I mean, that
S.
another S tier classic.
What's that? I don't even know what that says.
Are what are these like pop-ups on your screen?
They're freaking ads that I can't get rid of.
Fuck. Okay.
I can't. Hell House.
C.
Okay. American Werewolf in London.
I'd also put that in C.
Aliens.
The
second one.
I mean, I'm a fucking Aliens franchise guy. I'm at least putting it in A,
Yeah. The Entity.
I don't think I've seen The Entity.
I haven't seen it either. I might have seen it. I can't. I don't know. Here, let's grab this. The First Alien.
The first Alien is fucking S tier.
S or we riot.
Yeah.
All right, let's bounce around a little bit so we can. Here, let me put some of these, like Bay of Blood. Let's just put some of them we haven't seen down below. And
yeah.
I have no idea what this is.
What is it?
Okay, so we got, what's that?
There are several that aren't on this list, and I'm finding it upsetting.
Stepford Wives.
I don't even know what that is. I've never seen that.
C. We got to talk about it. It's okay. It's C. Original Nosferatu.
Oh, man. A.
We might have to put it in S out of respect.
I was thinking that too.
It's got to go up. Even if it's not really a banger for us today.
Yeah, it changed the game.
Here's one we might fight about. The Shining.
You don't care for it, do you?
I think it's overrated.
Do you?
Mm-hmm.
I think that The Shining, I don't know. It's like a classic tale of madness. I would put The Shining in B.
There's gonna be some guys that are pissed, but I'll give it B because it is a beautiful film, but it's just not scary. It's just like
it's a psychological movie.
Yeah, I don't think it's all that it's cracked up to be. I think it's too long. There's too much artsy fartsy stuff in it for me.
Also, I don't know. I kind of feel so. This is clearly one of those cases where the book is better than the film, but I feel like a lot of King's movies or film adaptations of his books happened like way too early and resulted in bad films.
Yeah. So OG Hills Have Eyes.
A.
That is such a freaky. I skipped a bunch on accident. Let's zoom in and see if we can see what they are here. What's that say?
The Fly has to go in S tier.
The Tenant. I don't know if I've ever seen that. Possession. I don't know if I've ever seen that. I don't think I've ever seen I Spit on Your Grave. I think these are ones that are kind of like a little bit old, and I skipped them.
Yeah.
The Tenant, Spit on Your Grave. Let's skip all those. The Omen. Where do you want to put The Omen?
A.
I think so too. The Fly, I would agree, is S tier.
Yeah, for sure.
Tales from the Crypt, the film, or
I
is that the show?
don't know if there was a movie of it, but I mean the show Tales from the Crypt was amazing.
S.
S tier.
Just the franchise Tales from the Crypt goes S.
Yeah.
Poltergeist.
Poltergeist is, I mean, out of respect, I'd put it in S.
I love it's such a good. It's just like a
Yeah.
good. It's not that scary, but it's a beautiful, really just awesome. It's an awesome film.
Yeah,
All
so two honorable mentions that I thought of that I didn't see on here is Pumpkinhead and Species.
Mm.
Two movies that I also really like, retro horror films.
Mm. Also, what about 60 or 70s, 80s? Let me think. There's like a bunch. Yeah, Life Force wasn't on there. I love that one.
Yeah.
Trying to think. There's a ton. Yeah, there's a ton. They're just not coming to my.
Like OG Flatliners.
Night and Return of the Living Dead.
Mouth
What about
of Madness? Yeah.
Tremors?
Oh man, are we calling Tremors a horror movie?
You don't think it is?
I think it's somewhere between a horror movie and like an action film.
All right, we landed 15 minutes. We got 19 votes. The end result for Nightmare on Elm Street is 37% A.
All right, A tier it is.
A tier it is. The people have spoken.
People have spoken.
All right.
I think you're wrong, by the way. I think it's S tier, but whatever.
Dark City. There's another one. Yeah, what do you guys think? Give me some.
Yeah, which ones would you guys have liked to have seen on the list?
What's missing?
Toxic Avenger? Yeah, of course.
Shining is overrated. Statutory Grape agrees with me. Fingal does not agree with me. Says Shining is S. Come on now. Let's see what people are saying. The Keep. I didn't see The Keep on there. Shadowed says American Werewolf in London is a classic. Salem's Lot.
Salem's Lot. Yeah, Salem's Lot's pretty good.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay.
What is Rawhead Rex?
Pumpkinhead. The Mist. Oh, that's a good one.
The Mist is good. Crushing ending, yeah.
All of the Hammer horror series. Yeah. Yeah, so that's what we got for the Prince of Darkness. Somebody said Prince of Darkness. Guy
Army of Darkness.
That's not 80s though. You're getting into the 90s with that.
You said retro.
It says 70s, 80s horror tier list.
Does it?
Yeah.
Where?
At the top, dog.
Oh.
70s, AC. All right. Yeah, so that's our tier list. What do you guys think? We did good? Let's end the poll here. End the poll. Let's see. Let's put up our. All right. Get out of here. Okay. All right, we started up the goal. We're going for 5 super chats of $2 or more. So if you guys love this stream, you want to see it keep going. Some of you guys donated it this week already. You don't got to, whatever. But hey, if you love what we do and you want us to keep it going, give us a tip. You tip your waiter, you tip your waitress, tip your content creator. So there we go. Whoa. Let's rant about D&D.
Oh,
we got
shit.
55 euros. Let's rant about D&D. Let's do it.
I guess that's what we're talking about.
55 euros. That's like
fucking Chad.
That's like 10 grand in burger bucks. Hell yeah, we're gonna leave.
Oh yeah, what are we talking about? I mean,
what do you want to talk about? What do you want me to go in?
Yeah, that's a very broad topic. Kick us off. Oh, the blob was missing. Sorry, I just saw that comment. S tier.
The blob.
Put me on the thing. Let's get him in, dog.
Okay. I'll send you this. This is just to make sure I know who you. This is Conquer Homo. If this is Conquer Homo, give me a yes in the chat.
Conquer Homo.
Conquer Homo.
Yeah. Come on in, bro.
All right, we got it. All right, give me 1 second. Let me invite.
I love that. We're setting a precedent. You guys can buy your way onto the show now.
Yeah. He's not German, he's Dutch. This is our Dutchman.
This is the Dutchman.
No, I send you on Telegram. He's coming. He'll be here. All right. We'll go back to rambling about D&D until he got his 55 euros worth, and then we'll get into
D&D is like a topic that we can like talk about forever. It's the fruit that keeps on juicing. Jesus.
There we go.
Oh, there we go. Do you hear me?
We hear you.
Hey, what's going on, man?
Is the microphone of acceptable quality?
It is.
Sounds good.
I really like the meme that I sent you. Put it on the screen.
All right, hold on. Yeah. Let me get you.
Dutchman.
There we go. We're Dutch Maxers.
Oh shit! Statutory
$20 statutory. Great. I'm here for the D&D. Make it weird.
Let's do it.
We stay weird, bud.
See, the money speaks.
Yeah.
This is not a democracy.
No.
I'm the fucking Peter Thiel of this shit.
All right, let's get this.
So, what are you for or against D&D?
Depends on what you mean with D&D. In general, I think the D&D setting is kind of gay. I never liked it. I was never like interested in it because I think it's too much of a fucking clusterfuck, and I don't like that. You've got all these like races. Like imagine, like even an original D&D, like first edition D&D, that would be such a fucking clusterfuck if you had these many competitive races like living in approximately the same area. That would just be every week would be a fucking genocide.
It's just like endless war and slavery.
Yeah, exactly. It would be horrible.
Yeah. This is so you can't really see. On the left it has 5e and on the right it says OE, like the original of whatever. On the left here it has this like, the tiefling or whatever.
That's
it says,
a funny meme.
Yeah, it says my name is Domlius and Zarlet, Prince Darkness Freedom. I am the sole survivor of a genocide of my village and fight to avenge my fallen comrades. I have a dark nature, but am overcoming it to be a hero to those who need one. My touch is cold as ice, and my eyes glow when I am angry. My mother is actually an immortal empress, and my father, who I didn't know, is lord of the underworld. And then in the Zero, in first edition, it says, I am Bob the Fighting Man, like at the beginning of the campaign. And end of the campaign, 5e says, my name is Domlius and Zarlet Darkness Freedom. I am the sole survivor of a genocide. It says all of everything that he said before. Also, I killed a god. And then Bob the Fighting Man in the original at the end of the campaign says, I am Lord Robert the Terrible, Aegis of the Hinterlands, plunderer of the tomb of Nalrock, veteran of the siege at Fort Dread and the battles of Greenwood and High Hill. I wear the plate and shield of the Knight of Claude. So pretty much what it's implying here, this is actually an excellent meme.
It is a wonderful meme.
Because it's the OG D&D, I am Bob the Fighting Man. You start out, and then all of the stuff about your character is accrued through the gameplay, through your campaigns and everything, right? And in this one, on the 5e, you start out with this crazy backstory, and then like nothing really else changes the character except for, also I did this overpowered, ridiculous thing. So, it's ironic because in new editions like 5e, the character they're all about character development, character focus, and character blah blah blah. But in that, they don't do anything with the character. They start out with a fucking novella about their backstory, and here's my whole backstory and everything. Whereas the old stuff where they said there was no character development had all of the character development, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. So it's actually an excellent meme.
And you see this like mentality through gaming in general, through like culture in general, where people are like, well, a good character is when he has like a fuckload of like backstory in a lot of video games, right? A lot of the companions, the way you interact with companions, it's like you've got your campfire section, you know, between missions where you like talk BioWare style or whatever. And then like all of the characters just kind of trauma dump on you. They just like start talking, they just start fucking talking about my dad didn't love me, and I went to court and so, and I had all of these epic adventures, blah, 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 and you don't really give a fuck, at least I don't give a fuck about a lot of that dialogue, because it's just not that relevant to the actual story, to the actual gameplay. It's just kind of keep ranting about nothing and nothing, while instead...
Sorry, when Dave and I used to play 5e, we would literally, so Dave would run the games for us, and we would start as like commoners with no backstory and like no hit points, and if we didn't survive our first skirmish, we were making a new character.
Yeah, and that's how you make actual like that's when it becomes really fun. That's when the character really writes itself, essentially. And it's especially when you have the limitations and when you have the hardships. And 5e remove especially a lot of those limitations. Like what Dave talked about, like in the original one. If you're a fighter, you're in a very specific kind of role, right? You can't just suddenly be like, well, I'm a wizard now and I'll just do all this other shit. Like, your characters are kind of like on this path, and your restrictions kind of define you. They kind of make everything more interesting. And it's also like that in life. Like, if you just had someone and, you know, he's born with a bunch of fucking money, you don't really care about him. Like, oh, okay.
Yeah, you can't write a book that's already written.
Yeah, fucking Nepo baby. You know, that's not interesting in itself. But when someone goes through, like, a whole journey and struggle and all kind of horse shit, then suddenly it becomes interesting. Yeah, it's like the difference between, like, how did you get that money? Crypto. It's like, fuck you, fuck off. How did you get that money? I was like a mercenary at the diamond mines in fucking Sierra Leone. Okay.
Yeah. You got, like, I would always, like, it would be, if somebody kind of, your backstory is going to be like 2 sentences, right? For me, right? Most of the time guys are like, all right, yeah, you know, orcs wiped out my village and now I'm looking for a new home. That's fine, right? You'd be like, my name is so-and-so and I have 2 dicks. and like that's your whole story. Is your backstory is you grew up with 2 dicks, and now you
need
got
2 women. So
Yeah.
I guess.
now do you? That's okay. So let's break this down. The double dick, right? If you guys had 2 dicks, would you rather they be over under or side by side?
That's horrible.
Over under.
Yeah, definitely over under. Like, there's no question about that. Like side by side, that would be horrible. Like, it's already like, you know, it's already not as much.
Although
as I would like.
over under sounds not terribly comfortable like 90% of the time.
I mean, none of that sounds comfortable. That sounds. Anyway, next topic. I didn't pay 55 euros for this shit.
Hold on. We gotta get into the 2 dicks stuff real quick.
Okay.
So-
that's an important topic.
So why do you say over under?
Over under shotgun shoots better.
So I go. Here's my argument. For everybody says over under at first. Side by side is the way to go, right? Because side by side, you got 2 legs, you got 2 pant legs. You don't have to worry about like because over under that's going to be a sweaty, horrible. We're talking summertime. is a
Yeah,
nightmare
see, that's
for
what
over
I
under.
was saying. Yeah. That's why I changed my mind.
More than you fucking shit.
Yeah, and for you to properly use over under, you're gonna have to find a lady that's cool with that. You know what I mean? Not that many ladies are gonna want the over under experience. You know what I mean? So
Well,
in this
that's
dating
not
market-
true. You could only use the lower barrel and just like leave the top one slapping across the midriff.
Dave, this is like a romantasy backstory of just like I am Night Wolf Grimdark, and I've been cursed with 2 big penises. Only you, princess, can save me. And then there's like another guy who is like the good boy. Have you done much research into romantasy shit?
So this is real quick. Roger the Shrubber asks, "Does each one have a set of balls, or is it just one?" So I would argue that it's probably you probably have 1 sack, but there's 3 balls.
Yeah, but what if you were sporting the over under, but between the 2 dicks was a set of balls?
Man.
If you had 1 central scrot.
Oh no, this is horrible. What did I sign up for?
He's like, "I want my 55 euros
yeah,
back.
give me that fucking money back.
No refunds."
No refunds, just 2 dicks. That's what I get.
Yeah. Okay. So, let's go back to the world with one PP each.
Yes, perfect.
And what?
And you were accusing me of like derailing the fucking chat.
Oh,
And you start ranting about 2 penises. I
Hey,
bring shit
th-
back on
this-
track.
These are the important questions, though.
No.
yeah. Whether or not you have like the over under, like an over under shotgun, you have like townhouse PPs where they're like side by side,
All right.
like row home.
That is more penis discussion than I would have liked.
Okay, let's let's reduce the amount of
Yeah,
penis.
Dave, you conquer homo.
Yeah,
Yeah.
conquer homo.
Your whole chat is demonetized now. You're never gonna get the big YouTube box now.
All right. Yeah. So, all right, Dutchman. What were you about to get into there just now, before I derailed?
The rant of hardship and how that like shapes the character.
Yeah.
One particular game that basically was the first big fantasy RPG that I played was Gothic 2. Are you somewhat familiar with the Gothic games?
So I played Gothic 2 ages ago.
Mm-hmm.
I don't remember at all.
So basically in Gothic 1, what happens is you've got this prison colony where they want to dig up magic ore to like fight the orcs. And to mine up all that ore, they throw a bunch of prisoners in the magic mine valley where all the magic ore is to like dig all that shit up. And then they want to make it like impossible for them to escape, and they better get some mages to put like a magic barrier around the valley. Only something goes wrong, and the barrier goes out of control, and everyone like all of these various people are trapped under the barrier. And then like all of these convicts do like a coup, and they take over the the valley, and people can get in, but they can't get out. So the local, like the convicts, to make a deal with the king, and they say like, if you like, we will give you magic ore, and you will give us wine, women, bitches, all that shit. and then you, as the main character, get thrown into that fucking penal colony, and there's all of these like different factions, like all of these different convict factions that are kind of like vying over control and over power and all that stuff. And what's really epic about the game is it's fucking ruthless. Like, you start the game, you go into like the first town, and you get extorted for protection money by the guards. Like, the guards are all fucking scumbags. And they're just like, yeah, you know, it's dangerous around here. You need a good friend like me. And if you don't pay the protection money, they'll have like guys beat you up and stuff, and they fucking rob you. And that really humbles you. That makes the whole experience, instead of that you start off the game of just like, well, here's these level 1 enemies that you kill, and then you move up to level 2 enemies. Like, the enemies don't level skill. They're all, like, a wolf will always be as strong as a wolf in the game. There's no, like, level 6 wolf compared to, like, a level 1 wolf. There's just a fucking wolf. A wolf does what a wolf does.
Yeah.
And then eventually, when you start the game with all of these obstacles, you start with these guys ripping you off. Wilderness is fucking dangerous, all kind of monsters and shit. And slowly but steadily, you start overcoming these obstacles. And now it's really satisfying. Now it's really cool.
Yeah, I like that concept of the idea that there's no scale. Like a wolf is a wolf is a wolf.
Yeah, I hate level scaling. I have such a passionate fucking hate for it. When in a video game, you start off as like this guy, and you're like fighting a bunch of wolves, and you like do this epic battle, and then you go to chapter 2, and suddenly you're like fighting local sleazebags, but suddenly those local sleazebags are like level 30, like the local hobos would have just fucking mopped the floor with the big warlord you were fighting in the first act of the story. I hate that shit.
Yeah. So at Dutchman, tell them how old you are real quick.
29.
You're 29. What was your introduction? Because we talked about this with music and stuff. Like you always show me this weird music you like.
Yes.
And I'm like, I don't even this is weird and kind of gay to me. Yeah. And I'm so your like introduction to these art forms is completely different than mine. Yeah. But when it comes to fantasy, a lot of your taste in fantasy and in gaming and stuff is not that far away from what I am. Which
have I told you my Conan story?
Nah, tell me.
So, at school to, incentivize literacy, they would just be like, all right, kids, like for the first half hour of school, you gotta like read a book. It was meant like just like a fiction book, and they had all these like little books to read. And I thought they were fucking boring as fuck. I didn't like any of them. So I was like, these children novels, they were kind of shit. And I was telling my dad, like, Dad, like these books, like, reading is just gay. I don't like it at all. I wish we could just burn all the books. And my dad was like, no, you should not say so. And then like he goes to the bookshelf and he fucking takes out this Conan the Barbarian book.
Behold!
Yeah, I just look at the cover art and I just see like this giant like Conan just butchering all of these guys. Like, oh, and my dad like he read to me like the Tower of the Elephant story, and to me like 8-year-old me that was just damn. That was the fucking shit. That was just the most epic thing I ever heard. Next day I take it to school, and then I was told I wasn't allowed to take it to school anymore because they thought the cover art just was too scary, and you shouldn't bring that to school because school is fucking gay.
Yeah, that's something I've talked about. Both of you guys have heard me ramble.
That should be like required reading in school.
Yeah, there we go. That would solve a lot of problems.
Yeah.
Also, the Conan movie. I've always loved the Conan movie. I'm not sure when I first started watching that. I think I was like, maybe like 12.
Did you always speak English even when you were a kid?
I learned English from playing RuneScape and Gothic 2. That's how I learned English.
Oh, so you didn't like really like it wasn't like you grew up dual like
no.
With dual languages your whole life.
No, I learned from video games and from YouTube.
So they didn't teach you English in school?
They did, but it was like later when I already spoke English.
Oh, okay.
So I was just always
kind of
in
based
those classes.
Because it's like a lot of this. Did you like your first was Conan? The first Conan, was that in Dutch or was that in English?
That was in Dutch.
And now you've probably read it in English too.
Yeah, I've got the complete collection in English.
Does it hit harder in English or is it about the same?
Tough question. I'm just gonna say it hits harder in Dutch because fuck you. I still can't remember the line. Hij slaat de man uit kot met zijn open hand. Heidense hond. Hiervoor zal ik u splijten. Or some shit like that. you can't. You gotta admit it's better.
Nah, I don't know about that.
Dutch is better.
Yeah, okay. But so it's just interesting to me to hear. Shadowed by the Susan says Frisian attitude, right here, right there. Are you technically a Frisian?
No, I'm from like the Middle East of the Netherlands.
And then Fingal says unk slunk gefunk.
I'm from Gelderland.
Is that real Dutch?
Yeah, Gelderland.
No.
What this guy said is that real? No.
That. How the fuck would that be Dutch?
I don't know.
Dutch is a very eloquent language.
No, what is he trying to say here? Is that like, or is that just like gibberish?
There's nothing Dutch about that.
Okay.
Hier in Nederland spreken wij een prachtige taal.
Yeah.
Een Nederlandse taal. Een taal vol met liefde. And whatever.
So, is there anything in the Dutch-speaking sphere that is different than, like that we don't have access to?
I mean, in terms of like media,
Yeah, like base stuff that we like.
Dutch voiceovers. Like, no one has shit on the fucking Dutch voiceovers. Like monster movies, it's so fucking funny. Like, everyone in my generation, we've all seen the monster movies voiceovers. They're just like, if you walk to any Dutchman my age and you're just like, Hagrid, wat is er met al die verlepte dwergen? Ik weet het niet, maar het doet me denken aan de miskraamafdeling. They'll all just start fucking howling and laugh. Yeah, you hear it. It's epic. It's hilarious.
That's funny.
Hey, rustig aan, man. Neem een jointje. You know, just nothing
Dave.
compares to that shit.
Yeah.
Was it the Netherlands that you were telling me about has that app? The repayment app?
Tiki, yes. Tiki is a thing in the Netherlands. People.
Was it weird for you when you were here?
No, because I don't really use Tiki.
Okay.
But there's some people and they're just they're just fucking weirdos. They'll just be like, you go over to their house, they'll give you a sandwich, and then later you come home and they send you like a fucking Tiki for like €2 or some shit.
That's so fucking crazy to us.
Yeah.
Tell the people what Tiki is.
So Tiki is like a thing that's like connected to like Dutch banking apps, from which you can like send a payment request. Like, could you pay me like €5 for whatever, and you could like make a Tiki for anything.
It's like Cash App.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're like sending people invoices.
Yes. And some people are just complete fucking retards with that shit. Like, they'll send you Tikis for the most like trivial kind of shit. Like my MMA coach, he went to like eat a sandwich and like some and drank like a cola. I did like an invitation for someone, and then later he gets like a €10 Tiki.
And this is a very popular thing.
Among certain types of people, like among like the middle class kind of people.
Really?
Like, yeah, they're like the Dutch equivalent of like the trailer park trash. They don't really do that kind of stuff.
Oh yeah.
So one thing that is kind of popular, started kicking off, and Mr. Dutch, can I say your name? Because I'm getting tired of saying Dutchman.
Yeah, do it.
So Dutchman's name's Renee. There is a kind of a genre of horror specifically that started to crop up in your generation that I'm sort of fascinated by. It's called analog horror. Are you familiar with this?
Yeah, no, it's a bit after my generation. That's pretty recent, really.
Is it?
I would say so. I would say that's probably like the last 6 or 7 years that really started coming up. I think Five Nights at Freddy's did a lot to popularize it, but it's definitely something from like the 2010s and onward. My time was a lot more like my time when I was like a child. That's like the 2000s. So that was a little more just like creepypasta and that kind of random bullshit. Weird Flash games. Trying to find Leatherface in GTA San Andreas, that kind of crap.
Slender Man and stuff like that.
Yeah, though. I think I was like...
Slenderman was like the first.
I think I was like 16 by that time.
And what about like Backrooms?
That's way later. I was already in my 20s. Yeah, I think I was already in my 20s when that shit happened.
I'm fascinated by Backrooms because Backrooms really kicked off
It's super uncanny.
Yeah, it kicked off this whole analog horror genre evolution, which, in my opinion, is a little bit of an evolution of cosmic horror, right? Because it has a lot of the similarities and kind of the functions of cosmic horror in between places. Go ahead.
Yeah, actually, I think that Backrooms kind of horror, I did get into that because I was also playing Garry's Mod a lot as a kid, and people would also make like these weird horror maps. I do remember that, and I think like the Backrooms generally came from Garry's Mod, but I'm not super sure. I'm not like an expert on the Backrooms or whatever.
Yeah. So, one thing that's so this is kind of our final topic that I wanted to talk about. How can I segue into this? Because a lot of these genres kind of go through stages, right? And they are impacted by two different things. And this is also with fantasy too, because this is what I was kind of asking you about fantasy and sword and sorcery, kind of how you got into this stuff. Because two things happen that impact genres and their evolutions. One is technology, two is political climates. These two things go into shaping the kind of progression of subgenres. So we're just now dunking on D&D and tearing apart modern fantasy and everything like that, because modern fantasy is not really a legitimate like part of the lineage of fantasy proper, or sword and sorcery as we could call it. It's really kind of like a commodification, a very marvelization. Has more to common with like Marvel movies. Yeah. It's like the Mick fantasy is what it is.
Yeah, it basically it's for a very different kind of like bio spirit, if you could call it that.
What, expand on that. What do you mean?
Like, you know, basically like your bio spirit is just like there's things you inherently just as a person like and that you don't like. Like there's just things that I discovered and I was always gonna like that other people just like, you can see the physiognomy, right? You can see it in the way certain types of people look and how they talk. They're just like, there's just something in their genes, in their biology that makes them different.
Yeah.
The things I like about fantasy is very different than but like weird Critical Role, whatever the fuck's like about fantasy.
Yeah, absolutely. And yeah, it's like I make the joke that we're all the same guy, right? Because we kind of are, and it's no surprise.
Yeah, a lot of us read Conan, and we were just like, this fucks.
Yeah.
Like I tried to get a lot of my friends into Conan as a kid, and most of them were just like, okay, there's like a guy on the cover with like an axe, and it's kind of cool.
Yeah, here's the thing: the guys that like Conan, like really like Conan.
Yeah.
And we're all like kind of the same dude on a fundamental level.
Yeah. So, what I want to get into here is talking about the both the political and the technological impact on the evolution of these subgenres, and because they sort of went in directions that got commodified and universalized and went into the main. Let me get rid of my Chinese chair. I need to stand up. So, sci-fi, for example, became progressive sci-fi. And before Renee's going to go off about he hates progressive sci-fi.
You mean like Star Trek?
Yes. Wait. Before you go into Star Trek.
I agree with this.
sci-fi, it does this. So all genres kind of do this thing where they start out. It's with any sort of art form. You get kind of the visionaries, like the eccentric visionaries, come up with it. It becomes a like underground bro thing, and then the normoids come in. They swarm it. They make it gay, and then at this point, the freaks come in and subvert it, take it in a completely different direction, commodify it, make it into a piece of shit, and then it breaks off, and then it kind of goes back down into the underground simultaneously to become something else. For example, sci-fi, when progressive sci-fi kicked off, then it broke off and went down and became cyberpunk. Sword and sorcery, or fantasy, which I would argue proper fantasy is sword and sorcery. Sword and sorcery becomes high fantasy and all this stuff, and then breaks off and then goes down simultaneously to become grimdark. Same thing with horror or cosmic horror, supernatural horror, whatever you want to call it. I think cosmic horror is the better example. It breaks off and goes up and becomes like this like gay, like horned, weird. You get like you get like dark romantasy, fucking weird shit. And I don't even know where cosmic horror, the gay specifically one went, but it breaks off and it goes down and becomes analog horror. It like comes back down to earth, and analog horror sort of became a thing for kids that were like on the internet and looking at deep take YouTube videos, and it got a little bit of popularity. But
I really did a lot of that as a kid. Like I was like on YouTube in 2006, 2007, a lot, and there were like I didn't have like access to like a lot of movies and all that kind of stuff, but I was always like super intrigued by Friday the 13th, so I would just like try to look up because people back then would still like upload like kind of like scenes from movies and stuff, and I would just kind of like look all that up because I was just super intrigued by it. So I came across all kind of just weird creepy pastas and just weird horror.
Yeah, analog horror was huge among younger generations.
I'm not sure if you could call it analog horror because this is like 2006, 2007, 2008. Like analog horror, I think that's like a 2010 thing, isn't it? When they really like made it like, the CRT aesthetic.
Yeah.
Because like in 2006, like a lot of us still had the CRT TVs. I still have a CRT TV because I never fucking replaced it. I don't watch TV.
Yeah. So, there's kind of like this when it comes to the analog horror. I don't think there's like it's not as clear cut, but there's this very dilution of metaphysical dread in pop culture. They turn it into, they really sanitize it and bring it. Like I've watched several shows where they like kind of get it and they don't. A Stranger Things, I think is a good idea, a good example of this, where they take cosmic horror and metaphysical dread and the stuff of this, and they create, I don't want to say aesthetic, but they create simulacra of aesthetics over authenticity.
Yes.
Right. And what analog horror does is it sort of reframes cosmic horror into this thing where there's instead of a blurring between the real and the unreal to the viewers becomes like the digital, right? And analog horror is this idea of this other world of time that is before the internet that they can't interface with, right?
Yeah.
So it's kind of like us that were before the internet. We can't interface with time before electricity. So we sort of romanticize it. We think of these guys writing with feather quills by candlelight and what's out there in the dark forest. And you know what I mean?
I think it's a very ironic thing with Lovecraftian horror is that it's like a very like people associate it with like a very retro futuristic kind. No, just like with a very retro kind of things. Guys with candlelights, 1920s suits. Horseback. Not really horseback, but you know, just like old trolleys and buses and stuff. Well, Lovecraft in his time wrote about cutting edge technology,
Yeah.
right? Like basically, if he had written Call of Cthulhu today, it would like they would have tried nuking Cthulhu. They would have like sent fucking drone strikes and shit after Cthulhu, and like he would have.
That is an interesting point. Like, technically, cosmic horror isn't isolated to any specific era in time, but people do tend to associate it with that.
Personally, I think that people get way too obsessed with like genreification, with like, oh, this is cosmic horror, this is grim dark, this is like if you look at various of you could call them like trendsetters. Like Tolkien wasn't out to like write in a certain type of fantasy thing. He was like inspired by linguistics and like historical cultural things that he thought were interesting. Same with Robert E. Howard. He wasn't like
Yeah, they were just doing their own thing.
Yeah, they were all just like doing a thing. And I think that a lot of just like you should look at creating at writing kind of like it's cooking, like the ingredients, like there's no like truly original ingredients. You just kind of mix it in a way where it just tastes good, or just like it's about to taste.
Yeah. Fingal says Lovecraft was literally retrofuturistic even in his own time. His main inspiration was Poe and his gothic horror. Lovecraft also wrote old school stories set in castles, etc. Yeah, Lovecraft was a gothic writer. He's a son of Poe. You know what I mean? He's a gothic poet. Is really where he comes from. But he does employ in their times. For example, there will be stories where a guy will use alchemical salts and you know he'll use what is kind of seen as occultic cutting edge ideas of the time that he's writing
like the
in.
Submarine.
Yes. So I think both of these takes are actually both correct at the same time. But going over to science fiction. Right, science fiction. I'm going to let you go off, Renee, because I know you have a lot to say about this. Science fiction starts as pulp sci-fi, right? Pulp sci-fi, and you guys have heard me have this take many times. You're going to hear me do it over and over again. Before you get into the Heinleinian, like Faustian sci-fi with this kind of stuff, you have original pulp sci-fi. Which is, there's stuff in space, but there's weird aliens that eat people. There's diseases that come from space. A lot of times it's very grounded, earthbound, and it has to do with like mad scientists creating technology. It's very like Frankenstein, Promethean kind of stuff.
Also,
right?
the planetary adventure.
Yes, the planetary adventure. But the planetary adventure sort of comes afterwards, and it becomes... sort of a different. It just becomes like an adjacent subgenre to heroic fiction. We're talking Doc Savage,
John Carter.
Yeah, John Carter. That's just another version of Doc Savage and the Shadow and the Phantom, etc. But true old school science fiction is about man reckoning with creations, like creating horrors beyond his imagination or whatever, beyond his comprehension. Sci-fi then takes a turn and we get Star Trek, right? We get Star Trek, we get progressive sci-fi, we get...
It basically became religious with Star Trek, like with a whole new religion.
Yeah, tell us about, because you hate Star Trek and you blame Star Trek for a lot. So give me your Star Trek take.
Well, no, and generally I often mock like the whole scientism kind of view as like the Star Trek religion. Like if we all we must believe in the science and we must believe in all the isms, and then we will be rewarded with the Star Trek. We will go to the stars. We will have like equality and peace on Earth. And in Star Trek, they talk about like the Earth is completely peaceful. There's no borders, no conflict, no racism, none of that. Everyone just gets along. For some reason, despite having open borders with fucking India, and that would work somehow.
Yeah.
And also having open borders with like the fucking Noskins and forgot their name, the Klingons, like on the Star Trek wiki, it's just like on Earth there There is no hatred. Like, there's not gonna be any hatred when the fucking Noskins show up in your bar and start a fucking knife fight.
Yeah. It's because hang on. They say they want you to turn your mic. Let me turn your mic up a little bit. Edit mic settings. Say something for me. Okay. What's that translate to?
That's a good question. It's a traditional Dutch poem.
Okay. So, Star Trek is gay. As much as I enjoyed some of the Next Generation stories and stuff like that, Star Trek, you're right, is and it's funny because Roddenberry, despite making this everything's solved by science bullshit, he still has to create enemies for them to fight. He still has to make the Klingons and the Borg and stuff like that.
They know.
Which he becomes like, they all become friends anyways in the end. So he has to keep making new enemies because his formula is so dumb.
That's ultimately the thing, is that all of these motherfuckers, they like in their blood, they understand that all of their ideology, it's all just bullshit. Everybody understands this. They talk about sexism. That is when people discriminate between like genders. Like every motherfucker does this. There's no one on the planet who looks at a man and a woman in the same way, and they don't like, understand like the differences between, like, everybody in their blood understands it. But it's just like this self-delusion where they like hippity hoppity pretend like no, not at all. Everyone's just the same. Fuck you.
There's too much optimistic unity in Star Trek.
Yeah, that makes it very gay. I want something that's grounded. I want something that's based on natural law. Let's call it.
Yeah, I want conflict. I want like power struggles. I want the grittiness. Like, you can't expect me to just believe that, like, across the galaxy, like, all peace reigns supreme and all races are considered equal and everyone loves everyone and we don't have any problems anymore. We've transcended.
What I really want to see,
conflict.
What I really want to see more from sci-fi is I'm kind of like imagining like a science fiction setting that really hammers home on just like how hostile space actually is. Like in a lot of these like science fiction things, it's always like this convenient way to create gravity on the ship somehow. Personally, I think it's very likely that if we actually get to like space travel or anything like that, it's gonna be just unimaginably fucking miserable.
Yeah.
Like there's no, like, we're not gonna find some magical whatever the fuck that's just gonna be like, now we can just skip on over to another planet that's like visiting another state in America or something like that. It's gonna be like a long, horrible voyage with no gravity. Everyone's gonna get like weird health issues. The spaceship itself is just...
Yeah, like, your muscles are gonna begin to atrophy.
Yeah.
Everyone in space slowly turns into Slender Man.
Yeah, it's just all kind of just weird shit. And I just imagine
your pee-pee is bereft.
Yes, your pee-pee is bereft.
Bereft of girth.
When you look at actual history, like there's a lot of interesting Dutch history here, because as the Dutch, we colonized everywhere, right? But the people who actually did that, like, if you were living in the Netherlands and you have like a good position, like, do you want to go on a fucking VOC voyage to Indonesia? There's like all kind of like dangers. You're sitting on a boat with a bunch of you're sitting on a boat with a bunch of dudes for fuck knows how long. The food sucks. Everything sucks. No, there's no hot women. There's just like weird Indians that you meet along the way. Like the
Girthworm Slim.
Yeah, the kind of people that attracted generally were like scumbags. They were like criminals. They were like, they were not in a good position in society. And I think that would also be very interesting in a science fiction kind of setting, right? Like the people on the Enterprise, they wouldn't be like, yeah, I'm the best and brightest. I'm going to sit here intellectually on my chair. It'd be like some guy who committed fucking rape or something and he wants to get away from Earth before he gets caught. So he like signs up to the space expedition.
I love that. I love the idea of like long-term intergalactic space travel being solely occupied by Earth's undesirables, as like a punishment. They're just like, get him the fuck out of here.
Yeah, yeah, and then it's a lot more grounded. Like, if you have a nice position on Earth, do you want to go on some bullshit space voyage to some rock that has completely, like, at best, completely alien life forms? So you're like, the fucking life there might be made out of silicon instead of carbon. Like, everything is just weird there. Like,
Yeah, this is a far preferable take on sci-fi than
that's
than
also,
all of Star
Yeah.
Trek.
You
that's-
you land on the planet and like your moisture and your oxygen, you just become like all stretched out and wrinkly, and you're like, my
Yeah,
pee-pee.
But that's also a thing. People take like certain types of like technologies. They take that really for granted. Like, do you know how difficult it is to produce microchips?
Yeah.
Micro tits.
No, like even like an earthquake, like even like a very small like level 1 earthquake on the Richter scale can like completely fuck up a production for like microchips and shit. Like, it's a very precise like kind of thing that it requires like an insane amount of infrastructure to make something like this happen. So imagine like, taking a colony ship.
And do you? Okay, I need your take on something from like a scientific standpoint, physics based, right? If we were to live on like a planet with a much denser atmosphere, like a higher gravity than Earth does, do you think that that over time it would make our peepees bigger?
Anyway, so
that's a planet I gotta go to.
really, I don't think that's necessary for me. Anyway,
He hates pee-pee talk.
Dave and I are what we consider micro kangs.
anyway, just imagine.
Shriveled me timbers.
But just imagine you take your colony ship to whatever kind of bullshit planet, and just everything, all of the infrastructure, all of the nice things that you like on Earth, like none of it is near. It's just you, your bullshit ship, and whatever you manage to take with you. And like random like fucking space engines or whatever who try to scalp and rape you.
Space engines.
Yeah, there we go.
Space rape.
You gotta take
Space
their
rape.
space. You gotta take their space nutmeg.
Man, everybody's getting scumbag now.
Busting galactic backshots.
See, there is a demand for just space scumbags. You just need like a Star Trek show, but like the Picard character is just like this massive fucking scumbag, like this fucking dirtball who had gambling debts and he needs to pay him off by working for the company.
Yeah. Yeah. He offers up his
Do it.
he coughs up his spussy, his space bussy,
No, you sick bastard.
His cosmic sleeve.
his spleeve.
Could have spent 55 bucks on anything else.
Yeah, this is the goal, dude. This is what you paid for, bud.
He's like, please, sir, slide inside and let me throw some stank on that crank.
Oh no, that's nasty. That's nasty. That's not nice.
But yeah, can you imagine the shrivelmen on the shrivelly planet, and they're like trying to make the microchips, and they're just they can't even like they like pick up a little, they're like it's like a little piece of like a sugar cube, and they're like right, they can't even make microchips, they can't even like hold microchips
Because they're micro shrivened.
they're shrivened.
I don't think you guys normally do this. I just have this fucking effect on you for some reason.
Yeah, you get
We love the Dutchman. The Dutchman
For some reason, when I
accelerate
just
shave.
talk with you guys have a fucking need to start talking about wieners, and I don't like that.
Yeah.
You bring the wieners out in us, bub.
Yeah, next time, I need to fucking sleep with a gun under my pillow. Next time I'm in America, I think.
No, you're good. You're the one that got naked in front of everybody.
I didn't. No,
Yeah.
just my underwear. That was just my underwear.
Yeah, yeah.
That's
I had to
normal.
tell you. No, it's not. I had to tell
Yes,
you to
it
go
is.
fuck. We don't do that here.
Why not? It's just
Because
underwear. Is my
no.
underwear gonna bite you?
Yeah, dude. That is, so we're fucking. We're like in the cabin. Dutchman came to visit us. Right. We went to an event, and he's just like walks out
Also,
of the bathroom
yeah.
in his underpants in front of everybody.
And also,
Yeah.
the Dutchman is a fucking Goliath of a human.
How tall are you? Like 6'6", 6'5"?
6'5".
Yeah, and he's not skinny. He's a fucking big meaty boy.
Fucking lad. Proper lad.
He's a fucking big Dutchman, and he comes out underpants. I'm like 1 foot away from me. Props his leg up like the fucking Captain Morgan, and starts like drying off his inner thigh, like 6 inches away from my head.
So what's wrong with that?
I gotta dry my thighs.
No,
He's
listen,
just
listen,
catching a draft.
listen, Dave. A penis is just like a knife. It's not weird unless you point it at someone.
That's what you were doing.
I did not. I was just
Yeah.
drawing my leg.
You came out fucking like fucking guns a-blazing.
You spread it on display.
Nah, Americans. Is that really like not a thing in America? You just like just a bunch of bros together in your underwear, like.
No,
Airing out your thighs with the boys.
we're not
Yeah.
thigh guys.
It's just normal, you know. You just do that.
No,
It's
we
not
don't.
weird.
Yeah, it is
There's
weird.
There's nothing weird about that.
It is, dude.
I know you got thighs. What's wrong with having thighs?
Yep. You're fucking drying off your inner thigh 6 inches away from another man's head.
So
Dave secretly wanted to dry your thighs.
okay, this is weird.
No, he just didn't. In Europe, they're very liberal with they're very nudist. They have like
Thighs.
naked beaches and
Liberal
stuff.
with their thighs.
They're thigh guys. The thighs have eyes.
There is nothing weird about your own body, Mr. Dave.
The hills have thighs.
No, but there's something weird about other people's bodies.
I would.
Especially when they're all moistened.
If you came in my room in your underwear, I wouldn't even
Ugh.
fucking notice. I wouldn't even notice.
I know, because it's like normal for you people.
Yeah. Yeah, it's just a dude in his underwear.
Yeah.
Well, watch out for me in your room in my underwear now.
It's hot outside, you know.
The invitation's been cast.
Also, Dutchman was very. He was like, "What is that?" And he like pointed to the ceiling fan. He never saw a
Oh,
ceiling fan.
yes.
before.
Yeah, I was fascinated by the ceiling fan.
Yeah.
Wow, look how fast it's.
You don't have ceiling fans?
No, they
No,
don't.
we also don't have a lot of air conditioning. Like in the summer, we just get fucking hot. You know.
Yeah. He was like talking shit on the air conditioner because I brought an air conditioner with camping, and he's like, "Well, why do you need that? You don't need that. We're camping. Why do you guys all Americans love this air conditioning? Blah blah." And then halfway through the week, in the middle of freaking August, when it's like 100 and something degrees, he goes, "Oh man, I like this air conditioner stuff."
This year was fucking horrible with the summer. It was like 38 degrees in the Netherlands. It was like,
What's that in the King's degrees?
I don't fucking know.
It's got to be like 83.
You said, what did you say? 132? What was it?
Yeah.
38?
No,
Yeah.
38
Yeah.
degrees.
Siri, what's 38 degrees Celsius
It's
turned
100
into Fahrenheit?
100 degrees.
100.4. All right. Yeah, that's hot. 100 degrees is hot.
That's fucking
Yeah.
hot. I can't argue with that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that was horrible.
Yeah, did you do this, Shadow? Did you just do that in your head? Because you were way off. I hope you didn't use like some kind of convert. Maybe he's talking about fucking kelvins or something.
Yeah, you never know.
What country uses kelvins?
Probably Iceland and Belgium.
Yeah, probably somewhere fucking gay.
Kelvins.
Kelvin is the only guy that
Kelvin.
uses kelvins.
Yeah.
All right. So yeah, with going back to our topic before we got into peepees and inner thighs and shriveled me timbers, we got
Shriven me timber.
Oh, horrible. I was accused by you guys of derailing shit.
Oh, we're right on topic.
Yeah.
Oh.
Okay, so what was I talking about? What were we?
We were talking about the horrors of space colonization.
Oh yeah, then we're going back to
Space rape.
Yes.
Sprape.
Space scumbag.
Sprape.
Sprape.
Sprape me.
So what was I talking? Oh yeah. So the political climate and the technology of the time make subgenres evolve, right? So when Star Trek starts getting gay and making gay stuff, this is the time. When was it? I don't know. We've been doing it. We're going on 2.5 hours here. I'm like, I'm running out of steam here.
Well, just take a little bump of meth. It'll make you feel better.
Hold on. Let me stand up and stretch my limbs, stretch my trunks.
Stretch my gams. You gotta air your thighs out.
I think I will start my streaming YouTube career very soon, and I will be very successful. And you will beg me to come on my show.
All right. Oh, I get begged.
We'll just pay you. Yeah, we'll just pay you.
I'll pay you back the 55 euros.
Also, euros are very much superior to dollars. Like, I really like. You have like a bunch of dollars in your hand, and they'll kind of like look the same. You can't just like, you don't have like your €2 coin or your €1 coin, for like easy small transactions.
Do you guys call them euros?
Like...
What?
You guys say like, yo, let me borrow €5?
Yeah. You
don't have like a word like bucks? You don't say like bucks?
No, we do, but that's like, hey, ik wil een Meijer lenen. I don't fucking know what that is in English.
What's Meijer lenen? What's that mean?
Meijer. Meijer is like 100, euro.
So you don't have a word like bucks or bones or...
No,
we got a lot of...
But it's in Dutch. I don't fucking know how to translate that for you in English.
Yeah, what's your word for... Like, what do you say? Like slang for euros. Like, yo, let me get $10.
Tientje.
Tientje?
Tientje.
And that doesn't have an English translation?
It's like a tenner.
Tenner.
The 10, but...
How do you say let me hold something?
Yeah. Hold something?
Yeah, let me hold something.
Yeah, let me hold some.
Ik wil iets vasthouden.
Yeah, ik wil iets vasthouden.
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 It's good to vasthouden. It's good to vasthouden these nuts.
Are you guys drinking?
Yup. Yes.
I'm not.
I don't drink alcohol.
I'm still sipping.
Either.
I'm sipping on fofos, wrapped in fofos.
Sipping on peepees.
I wanted to have very intellectual discussions today about science fiction.
We did. Hold up. What do you got? So let's go back to the science fiction going down. We'll wrap it up in a few minutes because it's 7 o'clock. I'm making chicken wings tonight.
Chicken wings.
Chicken wings.
Oh god, that makes me think about the new Alien TV show.
Yeah.
I was watching the Alien TV show with a friend of mine, and we were just shit posting like through the whole thing. You had like this black scientist, and she took like her food and drink into the fucking lab where she was like researching the aliens. So we just like, she's just drinking a purple drink right now.
Yo, he stays sipping, you feel me?
Got my purple drink, and the alien fucking puts his eggs in the fucking purple drink.
Yo, he got that scissor, you feel me?
Shit, look at that wiggly.
He's on that lean.
Yo, he on that lean, no doubt, baby.
He on that lean.
No doubt, baby.
What would the black guy say if he sees
Boom.
the alien?
Yo, let me get a sip of that shit, baby. Real for real. Let me get a sip on that shit, baby.
I still feel sorry for Cliff.
Cliff? Oh, Cliff. Okay, yeah. The guy used to have my phone number.
Yes, that guy.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, all right. I'll tell the guys the story real quick. So when I first got my new phone number some years back, apparently it used to belong to a black guy named Clifford from he was real hood, like a real hood, like real G. And his people used to call asking for him like a lot. This guy must have been popular, right? So I'm always getting these black people calling me. And eventually I just started like pretending to be Clifford and like talking shit. It's like, fuck wrong with you, bro? What who you calling, bro? I'm gonna pull up, kid. And they'd be like, man, fuck you, motherfucker. Like I would straight up argue with these guys. Like fucking straight up, like you ain't got no money, little bitch ass hoe, little pussy ass nigga. Fuck Ryan, for real, motherfucker. And they would really, really get mad. Like I'm yeah, Bobby, he might have been a drug dealer. Yeah. Like guys would be like, hey, yo, Cliff, what's good, baby? Yo, Ray. I mean, yo, Ray, where my money at, po? Where my money at, bitch ass nigga? And he would be like, man, I owe you shit. I got shit. Yeah, you nigga, I'll pull up on you, bro. I'ma come through. And he's like, man, come through there, pussy. Come through, motherfucker. Like we would fight and argue to the point that sometimes they would call back to fight and argue. Right? They would come back like, hey, yo, Cliff, I'm pull up. Like, yo, pull up, bitch. Pull up, ho, little hoe ass nigga. Right? So this went on for months that I'm arguing with every black person that calls me. And eventually this nerdy white guy calls. He goes, hello, let me talk to hello, Clifford. And I was like, yo, who the hell? Yeah, fuck you, pussy, hoe ass. I start talking shit, right? And he's like, this isn't Clifford. And I was like, man, fuck you, man. Fuck what you talking about, nigga. Fuck you, ho. He's like, hilarious. And he hangs up on me. He knew immediately that I wasn't. So dozens of blacks called this number thinking it was Clifford talking shit and they were going to fucking pull up. And the first like nerdy white guy calls me, knows what it is immediately. He's like, he's like, this isn't Clifford. Hilarious.
Poor Clifford.
Yeah. So I probably got Cliff killed.
Could be.
Yo, some of these guys were mad. I told them they didn't have no money. I told them fuck their mama. I told them fucking they're hoes. I told them that they were bitch made. I told them all kind of shit.
You don't think these guys would just go up to Clifford and be like, Clifford, I would like to speak to you about the exchange we had the other day, and I thought you were most rude.
Yeah. I found you most uncouth, Sir Richard. Quite unbecoming of a gentleman, if I may be so bold.
We'll have a little debate about it.
Yeah.
Discussion. Anyway, let's go back on.
Yeah.
I derailed it this time.
Yeah. Hell yeah. All right. Well, yeah, Dutchman. How about I gotta get going here. I gotta shut it down. So how about
Wrap her
this?
up.
Let's wrap her up, and we'll bring you on the next episode. We can talk about whatever you want.
Ooh, let's do a co-op stream.
You want to do a co-op stream?
Yeah, let's play some bullshit.
Or we could do something. Let's brainstorm on what you want to do.
I have not played a co-op game in a very long time, and I think those are always fun.
A what game?
A co-op.
Oh, like a game stream?
Yeah.
We could fucking do a game stream.
Yeah, we should do. Remember we were playing that Jackbox game?
Yeah, let's do a Jackbox. You guys want to do a Jackbox
What
stream?
the hell is Jackbox?
It's like party games where you like do trivia. There's like there's a game called Drawful where you try to draw and guess each other's. It's really hilarious.
Yeah, we'll get the whole chat involved. Anyone that wants to play will get a code to join the game with us.
Oh.
Yeah, that sounds fun.
Play a little video game.
Yeah, let's do that. We'll have a audience wide game. That sounds
I'm thinking
fun.
more, like an adventure game, like like Space Marine 2 or Dead Space 3 or some shit.
I don't have a computer that can play that. I'm running on a Mac.
I've been able to play Dead Space 3.
And Shane has an Xbox.
Yeah.
I've got a PlayStation 2.
We figure it out.
Yeah, we'll figure it out. But guys, freaking the show has been brought to you by
Slags! Art thou a distinguished glass of tall drink? Then exfoliate thine epidermal folds with the slick insulation of Slags!
Slags! No, not refuse them!
From the mealy bilged parts of ancient Mesopotamia, we bring for your coarse pleasures an ancient revelation of deific proportions. Desire to be blessed with a baby's girth? Then lather thine girdles with the hideously repulsive tactile delight of Slags. Perhaps you slaver for the sweet treats of yesteryear. Fear not, my sour succulence, for Slags has got you covered. Call for your free consultation today. If approved, we will schedule your leg flensing. Happy Slags giving! Endorsed by Mitchell Throbob Scott.
Yo, the Dutchman leave.
Did he leave?
Yeah. We'll get him back. We'll get him back on here next time because he
didn't like the pee-pee talk.
Yeah. We're just pee-pee boys tonight, bud.
We're just a couple pee-pee boys.
There's a couple of pee-pee boys.
There's a distinct difference between the pee-pee boys and the thigh lad.
Yeah, thigh guys and pee-pee boys we're incompatible.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's unfortunate.
It's unfortunate. Thanks for the pitch. You're very
But
welcome.
thanks.
Yeah. But thanks. Yeah. All right, it's getting weird. It's gonna start getting fucking weird in here. All right. Oh God. Yeah.
What was that? What the fuck was that?
Who was that? That was the Dutchman. He's still here.
Disgusting.
What kind of pervert does such a thing?
What a Dutch vert.
No, we love the Dutchman's are good buddies. Like one of my best buds. So
he's a good guy.
He's the guy. We gotta get him on. And the problem is he came on like the third hour, which we're not even supposed to do. We're like all out of steam and getting weird. He came in with the shave hour. So
we gotta start with the shave hour.
That's hard.
We're too serious on this podcast. We start talking about serious topics and shit. And
I know. This is fucking
you're trying to pull me into big brain shit, and I'm trying to talk about like poops and farts and shit.
Yeah. We'll talk about we'll get creamy next time.
What do you guys think? What type of topics do you guys want to see on future shows?
Yeah.
Comment in the chat.
Yeah. Tell us in the chat.
Tell us now. Advise.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Well, that's it. Guys, I'll see you guys next time here on BIZARCAST. In the back of the BIZARCAST.